Falls out to Masson, who finds Dodari. Dodari is going to advance down this right hand side.
Oh, yeah!
Hello and welcome back to another episode as part of Borderline Glory here with Servette, a Servette team who finds themselves in 7th place in the table. Now you might be thinking that's not all that good if you haven't been here for the first few episodes and what has been going down. It's not been our time at all. In our first few games we were just not able to find any wins at all from anywhere, only in the cup were we able to get a win, and even in the cup was where we lost against Bellinzona, who are in the league below us, so we were just absolutely terrible in that game. We won a game against Zurich. Look at this form we have been in since then after the Zurich game. Well, let's just take the last 8 games because they were all league games. 5 wins, I believe that is, 5 wins and 3 draws. That is 18 points from a possible 24. Absolutely incredible form since you were last with us. It's been so good to see. I think everyone's just pulled their weight a little bit. We finally scored some goals, and we've only had draws against Young Boys and Sion, who are, I believe, currently 1st and 2nd in the table, and then Lausanne as well, which was just a bit of a slip up. But apart from that, we've had wins against Zurich, Lausanne, who we both play against today. Stade Lausanne, Ochi, we got a massive win against them there. Lugano was another win, and then a massive win at home against Vaduz, which had a Florian IA hat-trick in. We did have a loss to St. Gallen. It was bound to come eventually. St. Gallen, I believe, are in that top 3 along with Sion and Young Boys, and we put up a competitive game. It was a really good game, but it's just not enough for us in the end. We had a Nils Froling goal, who has returned now from injury, but I don't think this loss will affect us too much. It's finally started to click a little bit. We've gone on a very good streak, and that is probably, I think, the best streak of games we've gone on in our whole time here with Servette. So it's very impressive. We literally just had 3 wins, and that was our longest win streak. I think we managed to beat that in this season, or did we get a draw? We had a 3-win streak, then a draw, 1 win, 2 draws and a win, but it's not been bad at all. Now in today's episode, 2 games, 2 really good games for us. We play against Zurich. If we can get a win against them, we would go 7 points clear of Lugano. They have a game in hand. We would go 9 points clear, or 8 points clear of Stade Lausanne, Ochi, and then even with Zurich playing their game in hand, which one of them is this game, we would go 5 points clear of them and only 1 point behind Lausanne in 6th place. And then we have Lausanne, a game against them, who are bottom of the table. It's been a very poor season, so some good fixtures coming up. Let's hope we can go and put on a good show. The first game of the day against Zurich. So the team for this game against Zurich starts with a Strinsky in goal, backline of Sorg, Diamant, Patolski and Kadusu. We've got Masson, Rath, Morandi in the middle, Lavelli on the left, Dodari on the right, and Florian IA up top. It's kick-off here in this game against Zurich. I've got no idea why the name tags have gone big for all of a sudden, but I guess we can't complain too much. Doesn't look the worst really as we start this game, get underway, looking for obviously a big win. The way we've been playing in our last few games, you'd like to think we can go on and put on a good show. I mean, if the graphics decrease, there's been an update. I've not messed with anything. I don't really know what's going on. Maybe we need to go make some tweaks in time for the next game here. I don't know what's gone on. The entry requirements of or the PC requirements can't have gone up or something. I don't really know. Lavelli with an effort from range, and that is ducking and dipping, but not enough in the end. We have just played really well, some really positive attacking football, and I think the thing that's been good as well is that even when we've come under a bit of pressure, a bit of adversity, we've gone and faced it, and we've gone and made those chances. I think the team we have on the pitch, it does involve a lot of our new signings, but a lot of them have been doing so well. In particular, Lavelli and Dodari on the wings have been so good. Patolski has also come into this team recently. Obviously, he has a lot of potential at such a young age, and at centre-back. We do have Maete, who is there, but we might as well tap into this guy's potential. And as well, we do have Ramos, but maybe we shouldn't rush him too much just yet. He is still getting the game time, and I'm sure if we do play him, he will not regress. Even if we don't play him as much, he is still only 17 years of age. As you can see here, just playing really positive. Here's Lavelli. Can he go and put a ball into the middle? He does. He finds Florian IA. Morandi with the shot. Don't know how that's gone wide in the end there. I don't know what. This is really annoying. I don't know if there's some settings issue. I'll definitely go and have a look after this game here. But in the opening parts, not a shot on target, but we're getting some chances, and it's been a very, very positive start that we can be happy with. We're just retaining the ball. I think a very important thing actually with having possession of the ball. Tactics that are very possession based, which this tactic is still very possession based. It wasn't like a massive tweak that went on. Here's Foreign-IA with the shot, but he is offside in the end there on the far side. As I was saying, I was obviously saying about how I would change the whole tactic, but this is not the result of that. This is just where it's just been tweaked a little bit, and I think the important thing is that retaining the ball when playing a possession-based tactic. You can have the ball, you've got to be able to retain it for one, but then be effective with it. If you're not effective with it, then it's just pointless. And I think that's what we are seeing a little bit with some teams, and what we were seeing in our own team. And it's now that we're being a bit more effective with it, getting forward. There's just been the right tweaks to the tactic, I think, and that has led to us going on and being in a much far better position in these last few games. And I've been very happy with the way we've played. Here's Morandi. It falls out to Masson, who finds Dardari. Dardari is going to advance down this right-hand side. 1-0 here. Dardari scores again. It's a lovely finish from that man on the right wing. He's already adding to however many goals and assists. He's had 2 goals and 8 assists. Lavelli on that left wing as well, with his incredible finishing and dribbling. 5 goals, 3 assists. That is a lovely goal right into that roof of that goal, that top left corner. And that is topped off a very good first half. If we continue the form that we're in, it's just such a shame we had such a bad start, because we only got 2 points from our first 7 games. If we'd have got like a few more, we would literally be in like 4th or 3rd place, but we could definitely still recover. And if we continue with this form that we are in the next 5-6 games, you will be top 3, top 4. We've just never been able to get any higher than 7th place, and that's exactly what's happening here for us. But with a win in this one against a good Zurich team, and then a game against Lausanne, if the teams around us go and get drop points, which you'd like to think maybe will happen, and we should win our game, then we will go and climb up into those higher positions and hopefully start to establish ourselves in them, because that would always be ideal. 50 minutes gone here in this game. The ball advancing for Zurich. A cut in there. It's a lovely save from Ostrinsky, and it keeps us at 1-0 here in this game. A bit more defending required from us in the start of the second half as Zurich get a few shots away. I mean, the stats are showing that we're just not getting chances, but I feel like we've been majority in the game. We've had the ball definitely. I don't know why it keeps coming up that, I don't know if it's for like pitch line or the touchline staff are getting red cards or something, but it keeps saying there's red cards going on down here. I don't really know what's going on there. Here is Kudusu, who wins the ball back. Masson gets that clear. A bit of a poor decision in the end there. We're going to look to make a few changes here shortly in this game. Dardari, don't know why we can't just retain the ball. Can we find Masson in the middle there? Dardari is not able to beat his man, and it's a ball over the top now on for the Zurich attacker in behind. The ball is squared. Ostrinsky having to get across, and that is a brilliant save from him there to keep us at 1-0 here in this game. We're going to look to make some changes. Kudusu will bring him off for Van den Kerkhoff. I'm also going to look to bring off Masson. I'll bring Maete into the middle there. Morandi off. I kind of want to bring Foling in to this game. Can we put Morandi over to the left? I don't think. Yeah, we can't. I was just considering for a second there. You know what? We'll actually put Foling on the left, because if you remember when we were in those real bad days for ourselves, Foling off the left was a very good player for us. So hopefully he can go and have a bit of an impact. Maybe get us a second goal here in this game. The stats say Zurich are completely in him, but whether that is the case, I don't really know. Zurich and Geneva, the two wonder cities of Switzerland, going head to head. That is the post that has been battled now for Zurich, and they are definitely in this game now. In this second half, we need to switch on a little bit more if we want to come away with the 3 points. Don't get me wrong, these wins have not been hard or easy, I should say. They've been hard to fight for. We've had to fight for them, and they've been very difficult. But this is what we need. We need to show that we have this grit. We need to get the morale up to show that we have the determination and carry that forward. And then we'll get, I don't want to say more easier wins, but just wins that will feel like they should be coming to us. Wins that are deserving of our performances, because we know that we can go and do it, and that is what will hopefully happen eventually. It's been a very challenging time, but I never lost the faith. I always believed and had hope, because I knew we had a good set of players here, and it just had to gel for them, and it's starting to now. It's not the end just remember that we're nowhere near where we want to be with this team, but you know, it is starting to get there, and that is very, very rewarding when you do keep the faith. Here is Froling, wins that ball back. He's going to get it long to Florian IA. We are having to withstand a bit of Zurich pressure here in this game. They find themselves in the midfield, trying to work it out maybe to that right hand side for themselves, working it through the midfield instead, down this left hand side. Now a ball over the top, and it is a save from Ostrinsky. I was going to say, I was trying to speak about Kudusu then, because he's having a tough time with that left winger for Zurich. We have brought on Van den Kerkhoff, and now I am going to probably make one more change. I will bring Ramos on in this game here, and then I will also want to bring Rath off for Segura. There, we'll go and make those changes. Maybe one final attacking change here in this game if we're going to look to try and get a final goal for ourselves. But it looks like we may have withstood the pressure here. The eye of the storm is now gone, and we can go and see maybe if we can go and get something for ourselves. Here's Nils Froling. He's going to play the ball into the middle potentially. He loses out, and now Zurich are going to try and look to attack down this right hand side for themselves. Can we go and win it back? More defending required. 84 minutes gone in this game. The ball's squared, and that is a goal for Zurich here in this game. You felt like it was coming, but that was really preventable, and that is frustrating against a good Zurich team. We've put up a very good fight at home, but maybe we won't come away with the 3 points, and that is very, very frustrating if we don't. We can go and make one final attacking change that we were on about. There's one final chance here. Surely we're not about to lose as we come on camera. I was just thinking this before coming on camera, that we are surely going to lose. It is inevitable that it's going to happen. I'm going to bring on Arabi to see what we can go and do here in this game. I don't know why the Ramos change didn't go through. I don't really know what's going on there. We'll have to just play on without Ramos. I don't really know why it didn't happen. Here is 4 minutes remaining in this game. Are we going to get a goal, a winner, or will it be a draw that we come away with? Doesn't look like we're going to get the goal. It's a hard fought result for both teams, but now we have a good game coming up against Lausanne. And the team for this game against Lausanne, we have a few issues with our kind of injuries. We've got Sorgan Kudusu out, so we have made some changes to this team. The only other time I've ever done this was with Shakhtar, where we have to have a makeshift wing back or full back. So the team starts with Ostrinsky, a backline of Ramos, Diamand, Patulski and Van den Kerkhoff. We've got my son Rath Marandi in the middle, Lavelli on the left, Adari on the right, and IA up top. Let's see how this goes. Kick off here in this game against Lausanne. No fixes, graphics issues just yet. This team is looking obviously quite interesting. I think we should be alright. I mean, already in this game we've had 2 shots on target, good bit of the ball. We have had Rui Ramos come into this team at left back. I also went to the youth team and there was no one, everyone's on holiday for some reason, so I did try, but I think this will not be too bad. If you're ever in doubt, top tip for you, this is a bit of an FM related tip. If you've ever struggling with that, go and do that. I don't know why there's a massive screen there for some reason. Here's Rath, he's skinned his man, he's in behind and he's forced to save, and a corner from the Lausanne goalkeeper. What are these lights in this Lausanne stadium? I've never ever seen them. Maybe we've just never had a night fixture or something, but they are absolutely hideous. This tactic doesn't look like it's doing too bad for us. I mean, the shape, to be fair, is what we're wearing the other colour, not the white, so I didn't get a good glimpse of that, but it doesn't look like it's doing too bad. I mean, is this Ramos on this side who's defending? It actually isn't. We're going to a back 6 or something like that. The wingers are tracking back. Ramos is at that near post there, and then Masson, who obviously plays a bit deeper than the rest of the midfielders, is covering on that side as well. So it's clearly alright. I think you can also do just have like kind of a half-star player in that position, but I'd rather just do this. You might as well, because the tactic we're playing as well with that inverted full-back and wing-back, you're having a back 3 in possession anyway. So in possession it works quite well, because Van den Kerkhoff is just joining that midfield with Masson, and then they're making a back 3 of Ramos, Diamand and Patulski, so it's actually fine in that sense. But in terms of how we're doing out of possession, it's a little bit of a problem down that right hand side. This is how we are in possession here, so you can see there it goes to a 3-2-4-1. Out of possession, this is how it looks. So Rath drops back, is basically just a 4-2-3-1, and Ramos would go across in this instance, and everything is pretty normal apart from that. But in this game, doesn't look like it's done too bad for us. Here's Lavelli on the ball in a quite deeper position, obviously playing as tracking wingers, quite an important element, but of a bit of an underrated element to this team that out play his Wrath, the midfield maestro. He plays it out to Lavelli on the left hand side. He will take his man on, you'd expect, and that is what he's doing. He's advancing, he goes all the way, he finds 49A. That's a very clever ball, but there is a flag up on that far side. Very unlucky to not go and get a goal. Had to time his run a little bit better though if he wanted to go and get that. But in the first half of this game, completely different to that Zurich game. 4 shots on target already compared to the 0 of Lausanne, who surprisingly have just not had a good start to the season really. They were a team who we had quite a few difficult games with last year, and I don't know if we've already played them once this year. I don't think we, or did we play them last episode? I don't really know. It's just like you're playing teams all the time. It's kind of hard to remember whether or not you have actually played them. But after 55 minutes, they've kept us out of this game, and we would like to try and go and win it because there's a big 3 points on the line. And when we come on camera, it's not very nice to go and start drawing games and losing games. We haven't lost, to be fair, but we did draw that last game after feeling like we could go and get a win. We will make some changes here. Masson for Mayete. We need defensive changes here, really. So Mayete in there. I'll leave Ramos on that left hand side, and then I also want to bring Froling on. Or do we bring Jallo on? And that, like, you know what? I'm going to bring Jallo on. See what he can do. We'll bring Froling on in a minute if we really needed to. But it's Morandi or who was it on that left hand side? Lavelli, who it was, who needs bringing off here in this game on a yellow, and has had a bit of a quiet one really. The ball floating around here to the edge of the area. Can't be affording that time, and that is what we have done. And after 66 minutes and coming on camera, our 8 game winning streak before that St. Gallen game may just be returning to losing if we don't up our game here. So frustrating. We've been completely all over this Lausanne team, and it doesn't look like we're going to come away with 3 points here in this game after all that good form. Let's just hope we come back next episode with a few more convincing displays. After 77 minutes, Lausanne climbing back into this game. It's so frustrating. They are off the bottom of the table now, credit to them, but you know, we're dropping down to 8th place, which is so annoying. After that, it's such a poor start, pulling it back, and then we're just, you know, getting a bad loss here in this game. It's just not been our day. The final few moments of this game, nothing more we can really do. That is a very devastating result, and we lose 1-0 here to Lausanne. So there you have it. It's a disappointing result in the end, and a bit more of a disappointing episode. The story of our season so far, but hopefully next episode we pull it back and go and have a bit of a better display. We do have a bit of a transfer window, potentially some activity there. But if you did enjoy that video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Make sure to go and join the Discord down below. I'll leave you all this with this little tune, and I'll see you all for another video soon. Thank you, bye bye.